back to the channel, and this is Karthi. I'm a product strategist dabbling with product design, business design. Pretty much I work with human nature all day. And one of the things that I'm trying to do today is to just experiment with an outdoor setting and see if sun can be the major source of light and not having any artificial lighting. I mean, basically I'm trying to be lazy, and I'm trying to see if I can put in very little effort to create this video. Laziness is a very important attribute for a designer, and it sounds crazy when I say that, but in all honesty, laziness is all about working with constraints. Basically, you are expending very little effort and you are getting more, and that's being productive. In all honesty, productivity is nothing but getting more done with less, isn't it? So laziness also makes you more productive in that sense. Too much freedom, there are too many attributes to consider. It makes our job very hard. So the more and more constraints are given, the better and better our creativity gets. At least in terms of when you're starting out something, try and start with a very small box so that your freedom of boundary, the boundary is very small and your freedom is only within that. If it is little big, then your freedom is within that. If it is bigger, then your freedom kind of expands. If it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you need to handle more and more. So in that sense, I would like you to think about freedom and boundary. So the more bound you are, your freedom is kind of restricted and it makes you more creative. More the constraint, the better creative you get. So I try and do that with every project that I do, including YouTube for that matter. It's not that I cannot use my Canon R series and stuff like that. It's too much work. When you look at your time in a certain way, expending too much energy and effort into something, and the law of diminishing returns kind of kicks in. It's a fun channel. It's a channel where I'm just sharing my thoughts, and we're just trying to get to know each other. And for this, how much energy should you spend? So if you start thinking everything like an investor, your perspective towards life completely changes, and this is where laziness comes in. So for example, whenever I do a keynote or any kind of presentation, so to speak, I try and choose only two colors, probably black, white. It's much easier because the contrast is very high and it makes it much better. And as a result of it, we go ahead and choose one particular probably typeface and see if we can kind of live with that typeface. Maybe if at all I have to really make it better, then one highlight color. That's it. And try and say what do you want to say, express what do you want to express using these constraints, and that makes it like super exciting. Similarly, for the videography, I'm trying to see if I can have mobile videography, which means I just have my smartphone with me at all times and I can just put things together, and there is nothing else, probably view as an app, and that's about it, which means that I don't have to really worry about lights, color corrections, and the whole shebang of the post-production. I understand that world, but do we need to do all of that for every video is a question that I need to ask. It can't be like super crappy, but at the same time it need not be like super high quality. It's just a question of how proportional it is towards your returns, right? You're spending time, and how much are you getting back from it? As time goes by, once you're getting comfortable within this boundary, you can expand your bound a little bit. Probably it can become maybe Final Cut Pro, maybe it can become at least iMovies, GarageBand, those kind of. So some editing happens, and so the more and more you get comfortable, progressively you are elaborating your boundaries, and that's a very interesting way of looking at it. So if you are lazy and if you are trying to be a product designer, you have a great quality to start with. You are already a winner. So go ahead and use your laziness to see if you can bring in more constraints, which keeps you very creative. If you can eliminate an effort completely, great. That's pretty much where we should be going. So have a scale like this. Start with 0 and zero effort getting things done. Okay, that's not possible. Great. Very minimal effort, probably a minuscule of it, and then you're getting things done. From there, you're going, and enhancing it a little more. So every time you're getting, when you put an I, you want a better ROI. So if for every investment, you want a return of investment to be good. This is just a very capitalistic way of thinking about it, but I'm just taking the concept from there and metaphorically transferring it into your time. I mean, time is life. Time is money is a bullshit statement, because you could save money, you could lend money, you can borrow money, you can do something with the money, but with time, you can't. So I'm very anal about how I spend my time. So we will talk about productivity and time management someday on this channel, but it's very important for us to start thinking in. So if your first attribute is laziness as a designer, so if you're preparing yourself to be a designer and you're choosing design as your career path, see if you can get things done without really working hard, and that would be a game changer for you. If you're already lazy and if you have all the qualities of a couch potato, you will be a fabulous designer, and that's a great start. And I want to start with this good news for our career discussions, career playlist, whatever we want to call it. And I hope these videos are not so crappy. If it is, please let me know. I will see if I can add something. As a hyper iterator, I can go ahead and add this or that and make it better. The idea is not to degrade it, to an extent where it is not valuable, but optimum value is what I am looking at. In all honesty, this is the first few videos of the channel, so I hope you'll be more forgiving. And let me know what kind of constraints and what kind of creativity that you are employing, and what kind of laziness that you are following through in your everyday life. The same concept applies everywhere. Human nature applied to everything. Product design, business design, life design, doesn't matter. The same damn thing again and again and again. So let's see more examples of how to do this. If you're lazy, you got it.